Hi everyone! So for today, our group's presentation will talk about environmental costs and benefits. So let's go deeper into the discussion. But first, let me introduce our group members. Start with Nur Rafhana binti Cik Muhammad Roslan, Yasmin Haja binti Muhammad Zambri, Nurul Mahirah binti Hasnan, Aimi Hakimah binti Mat Kamar, and Fatin Amira binti Muhammad Fauzi. So these will be our contents for our presentation today.
Okay, I will start with the definition of environmental cost. Environmental cost is a cost incurred by business either directly or through third parties to prevent, reduce, or repair the environmental damage caused by their operation. It also includes the cost organization incurs when it does not comply with environmental regulation. The organization may impact the environment in a number of ways, including air pollution and also waste disposal. Effective control of environmental costs will increase the organizational overall profitability. Meanwhile, environmental benefit is the benefit enjoyed by the organization from action taken to reduce the impact on environment. Okay, next is the purpose of environmental costs. Firstly is to allow the economic entities, local and government collective to have a corrective assessment. And next to assist the company in comply with regulation imposed by authorities. And also to encourage company to conserve the environment, for example, to promote the recycle policies or support the Go Green policy or the campaign. And lastly is to assess the feasibility of a project where the benefit outweigh the cost.
Okay, next is classification of environmental costs, which is environmental prevention costs. The cost incurred is avoiding defects and minimizing inspection activities. This helps to prevent the production waste that could cause damage to the environment. For example, the training staff, recycling products. Next is environmental appraisal cost. It is the cost related to figuring out whether defects exist. The activities is performed to monitor any environmental effects that a company is accountable for example, materials inspection, contamination testing.
Other classification of environmental costs is environmental internal failure costs. These costs incurred from performing activities that have produced contaminants and wastes that have not been discharged into environment. The examples of internal failure activities that companies should incur costs are operating pollution control equipment, treating and disposing the toxic waste, maintaining pollution equipment, and recycle scrap. For the last classification of environment costs is environmental external failure costs. It is a cost incurred on activities performed after discharging waste into the environment. For example, cleaning up the polluted lake, cleaning up oil spills, cleaning up contaminated soil, restoring land to natural state, and losing sales due to poor environmental reputation.
After all, what are the benefits from the environmental costs? Firstly is increase the potential value of a company. When business operations produce severe environmental harm, the expenses of recovery may be high enough to cause a company to fail and may result in lawsuits that take years to resolve. The United States Environmental Protection Agency provides information on establishing an environmental management system (EMS). Preventing environmental damage requires teaching everyone in the firm on how to conduct their job without affecting the environment. Establish policies that clearly describe how companies expect the job to be done while also conserving the environment. This can be as basic as creating guidelines for the proper disposal of chemicals and other waste. When company meets these objectives, it will raise the potential worth of the organization. Secondly, enhance public image. Environmental monitoring benefits include displaying a sense of social responsibility for the state of the earth. According to Green Solutions or GLS, implementing an environmental management system (EMS) will minimize pollution, protect natural resources, and reduce or mitigate environmental concerns. Regulatory compliance can limit a company's vulnerability to penalties, lawsuits, and environmental mismanagement accusations. Sustainability commitment will foster an environmentally favorable image among many stakeholders. As a result, a company will gain the trust of its customers, acquire new customers, penetrate new markets, and boost employee morale. Many businesses adopt environmental management plans as a result of customer and societal pressures. Ignoring consumers' environmental concerns might have a negative impact on your financial line. And last but not least is improved management efficiency. Integrating an EMS with the other corporate management systems will improve the overall management systems of an organization. The staff will be required to document the methods of their everyday operations as well as employee training and maintenance schedules along with the environmental policy compliance strategy as part of the EMS processes. Documenting a company's everyday processes will not only help them to optimize their operation, but it also help them to capture their employee skills. In addition to eliminating environmental issues, a company can save money by reducing water and electricity consumption.
The limitation of environment costs are: the first one is environmental cost measurement is unscientific. The measurement of environmental cost is a process of quantifying the confirmed result of environmental costs. For some environmental costs that cannot be measured by currency, enterprises has not found a suitable, closely related and matching measurement method, and the same measurement method has been adopted for environmental costs of different nature. All this will lead to inaccuracy of the measurement of enterprises' environmental costs. Secondly, the accounting mechanism of enterprise environmental costs has flaws. Some of the enterprises have not conducted completely detailed analysis and study on the environmental factors, and has not fully incorporated financial accounting into environmental cost accounting. The environmental cost thus cannot be separated from the product's cost generated in the normal production process. Lastly, the third one is accounting laws and regulation in environmental cost accounting is absent. In accounting law, there are no detailed provisions on enterprise environmental cost accounting. No unified requirements are made for the objects, measurements, principles, and information disclosure of environmental cost accounting. Unified guidelines and standards are also absent. Enterprises can only follow the environmental protection requirements in the relevant national policies, which is the reason why different enterprises have different treatments, reports, and analysis.
Now, let's move on to the next part, which is the 5th tier of environmental costs. Firstly is conventional cost. What is conventional cost? The term conventional cost refers to the direct expenses for capital purchases, raw materials, and other operational and maintenance costs that have an impact on the environment. Electricity, fuel, and gas, for instance, all have an influence on the environment and are conventionally reported in accounting system. Secondly is hidden costs. What is the hidden cost? Hidden costs include the cost of monitoring and reporting activities to comply with regulations. These expenses can be found in the accounting system as well, but they might be difficult to locate and report because they are frequently hidden in numerous overhead accounts and the cost of salaries and wages. Hidden costs also includes activities such as monitoring and reporting environmental activities and emissions, the cost of searching for environmentally responsible suppliers, and the ongoing cost of cleaning up contaminated land.
Okay, I will continue for the 4th tier of environmental costs. Okay, the 3rd tier is contingent costs. Contingent cost is cost to be incurred at the future date and the asset amount is uncertain. Accidents or leaks of hazardous materials could happen during the activities of business and the supply chain. For example, contingent liability, which are clean-up costs of site contamination, fines or penalties, that contraventions of water contamination and regulation, property damage, product warranty, and these all costs could be recognized in internal reports for an organization. They are also included in external financial reports under notes to the financial statement. However, only if there is a high probability that the organization will have to cover these expenses in the future, and only if the amount is significant. Tier 4 is relationship and image cost, which is cost or benefit that represent various stakeholder perceptions such as the community, employees, and customer, which can affect the company's reputation, demand for its goods and services, and share its ability to recruit and retain the staff, and overall profitability. So when a company or product is viewed poorly from an environmental perspective, it can impact a huge cost and lower the sales, litigation, and market value. So if the company manages to handle the business skillfully, it can have a beneficial impact on the sales of products that are seen as environmentally friendly. And lastly is tier number 4, which is a societal cost or called as external cost, which is outside the company. It means the cost that company impose on society and environment. This cannot be compensated by the legal system. For example, the increasing usage of transportation, increased emission of pollutants, and also an increased risk of accident.
Next, we will look at the importance of considering environmental costs in company. Initiatives taken by Petronas Gas Berhad to save the environment includes in their operations and preventing climate change. In their operations, they implement the stop work policy at all levels of employees, including third-party service partners working in their facilities. They need to immediately stop from doing any work they encounter with any threats of harm, injury, or impact to the environment that may arise during work. For the climate change initiatives that they take are the first one, gas turbine-based load sustainability study, in which was conducted for dual cleaning scheme to extend the base of fuel gas consumption and lowering the heat rate. Next, the installation of flare gas recovery unit to recover normal flaring hydrocarbon gases from flare header. These actions taken by Petronas are very important because they can appeal and increase loyalty to customers. In this era, society will give more support to those companies that implement eco-friendly, and it makes them more attractive and different from their competitors. Next, companies need to comply with the environmental regulations that have been set up by their country. If they fail to do so, fines, increased liability to environmental success, loss of sales, and consumer boycotts may incur by companies.
Toshiba also is one of the companies that concerned about environmental costs. As one of its top management priorities, Toshiba is a unique corporation that is aware of the effects on the environment and promotes environmental management. Initiative taken by Toshiba is 91,000 tons of materials were recycled by Toshiba in 2017, which is 95% of the total volume of garbage produced was efficiently repurposed as different resources. Scrap metal, used paper, and also wood chips made up the majority of the recycled materials, and 94% of them were successfully employed for material recycling, and also meanwhile, the remaining 6% were used for thermal recycling. Toshiba also collaborates with its client by making a positive impact on society through its environmental initiative, which also involve working with local communities. Wealthy lifestyle in harmony with the environment are considered as the ideal state for humanity in 2050 by Toshiba Group in their environmental vision, known as Environmental Vision 2050. They will also try to lessen the effect of climate change, use the resources wisely, and also manage chemical in a way that minimize the negative effect on the environment. They aim to great manufacturing efficiency while concurrently minimizing environmental impact by effective management of greenhouse gas, and also chemical release from production sites. They actively promote the energy saving strategy, enhance manufacturing procedure at their facilities, and recycle water globally in 2017. By reducing carbon dioxide emission from power consumption, Toshiba is trying to improve the environmental performance of its product and also services.
Today's economy is growing quickly and becoming more diversified in the corporate world. The pressure on some natural resources in numerous industries, including mining, forestry, and agriculture, aided this economic development. Implementing environmental costs in a firm with concerns for human health and global trade is highly recommended. So that will be all from us.